Hey, Keller Williams, this is Hutch Marone. I'm your command coach, and today we are going to be talking about setting up your profiles. Okay, so there's a couple of different profiles in command you need to set up. One is a lot more important than the other in that you can't do other things in command unless you set up your marketing profile. And the other profile is an internal facing profile. Okay, so the marketing profile is a consumer facing profile, and it's going to automatically populate some of the other materials like your website, landing pages, email templates, okay? And then Connect, your profile for Connect is for other agents to see. So go ahead, log into agent.kw.com. Use the same login password for everything. Come over here, upper right-hand corner to your name. Click on your name, settings, and that takes you into command settings. Now, this is a little confusing, all right, so I'm going to call it out. Connect is an internal resource for Keller Williams, but over here on the left where it says Connect Settings, this marketing profile is actually external facing. So not quite sure why we're calling it Connect Settings, but it's actually the external one when there is a Connect and it's internal. Never mind. All right, never mind. Just take my word for it. This is a consumer facing profile you're doing here. Okay, so the first couple of items it calls for is your photo and your logo. If you don't have a logo, you can leave this blank, and it's not like a blank circle is going to show up, just nothing will show up instead of your logo. Your logo and your image have to be 360 by 360. You can see the size here, 360 pixels by 360 pixels. Now, if you don't know what that is, please talk to somebody, get some help on it, or here at your command coach, that's something we can help you with. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your normal headshot, which is usually a rectangle, and you are going to first crop your headshot into a square and then resize that square to 360 by 360. Now, make sure when you resize it or crop it into a square that square leaves some room up top. Because this is a circle, I've seen a lot of people get their hair trimmed, which, if you have plenty of hair, I'm sure that's fine. But for me, I can't afford to lose any. I already have too little. The next thing we're going to look at is your personal details. So that's just your first name, your last name. The red asterisk means those are required. Sharing your license number. If you're on a real estate team, actually sharing the team. I'm not, or I am. So I will update that, right? Do that right now. And while I'm in here, what's your professional title that you want to use, any certifications, and then a bio. Now, you can actually put a bio of yourself in here, like, things about your career. My foundational belief is that people will not read a lot. And also in my business, I would prefer to use every opportunity to get people to click on a link or provide them a link that they can copy and paste and find me. All right. So that's what I put in my bio section, was basically just a short kind of slogan and then a call to action. Your mobile phone number, office phone, those are required. Fax, I'm not even sure why we still have fax numbers in there, but I'm sure some of us still use them, so that's why it's there. Your email is required, and then your website address, make sure you have those. Again, we have another logo. This is for your market center, your brokerage, market center logo. Again, it has to be a square, 360 by 360. Now, what I did was I went to kwconnect.com. I went to marketing, and then I used, you can enter your market center and you can get DBAs, and, for your brokerage by putting in your market center number. they didn't have a single one that was a square that I could find. And I couldn't really crop that rectangle into a square, unfortunately, without clipping the words. There was too much length or too much width and not enough height. So what I did was, when I resized it, I made sure the box for maintain aspect ratio was checked, and the width, which is the wider, or the higher number, right? The larger pixel count. I reduced that to 360, and what it did was it automatically reduced the height to, I think it was maybe 290 and change, so that it remained a rectangle, and then I popped that in there. Now, for some reason, this preview comes out all blurry, but the logo that I've uploaded here shows up fine on all my marketing materials. So don't worry about what it looks like in the preview screen. The fact of the matter is, if you reduce the width to 360, maintain aspect ratio on the height so that the words don't get all scrunchy, you should be in good shape. Double check your market center information. These compliance sections, legal footer text, and images and stuff, there are states that have some legal requirements around that, is my understanding. But to the best of my knowledge, and feel free to check with your broker, because I'm not a broker, there is no requirements for those fields here in Georgia. Social media. If you type anything into these fields, an icon for Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, those icons are going to show up in your footer section and some of the other sections automatically. Like when you create websites, landing pages, those icons are going to show up. So please do yourself a favor. Go to your Facebook page, your business page, copy the URL, okay? Up top here is the URL. Copy that and paste it directly to ensure that people are being routed to the right place and that the URL works. Please don't try to type in what you think the URL is. And you can pull up Twitter and Instagram. Even though you can't post the Instagram on your laptop, you can pull it up on your laptop for view only. YouTube, obviously, LinkedIn obviously have apps that you can use on a laptop. Pixel ID for Facebook, Google Analytics ID. If you know what these are, go ahead and enter them here. If you don't, that's a whole nother subject, and quite frankly, too long to talk about. This is mostly a functionality video. And then, of course, your branded KW app link. Now, if you don't know what that is, you can come down here to consumer. So you would click on consumer, and you would go to site and settings, and that's where that'll be. So I'm going to go ahead and save here a quick second. All right. And then I'm going to go over here to consumer, and it's site and app settings up here in the upper right, URLs, and you can see right here's your app URL. I hit copy, that brings it to my clipboard. Then I go back up to my name and to settings. And then I go back to connect, settings, and marketing profile. And then I scroll all the way to the bottom. And I go ahead and I paste that URL in there. And I hit save. And then I come up here, before you're all done, I come up here, use my information to brand my agent site, and I make sure that that toggle is green. And if it's not green, you're not going to be able to launch your website. Okay, so you're not going to be able to create that through command later on. So really important though, before I went down here to consumer, if you noticed, and I called it out, I hit save. If you don't and you navigate away, you're going to lose all your work. I repeat, if you do not save and you navigate away, you will lose all your work. I don't want to see that happen to you. So the next profile is our internal facing profile for Connect and referrals, things like that. So we're going to come over here and we're going to go back to our name, and this time we're going to click this, we're going to left click on profile here. And that's going to bring us to our profile, which this is our internal facing profile. If you hover over the image, you'll see change banner photo. So if you hover over with the banner photo field, you change that here. And then on your picture, you can click on that and change that there. And then here's where you can edit your profile and make sure that your name, number, and the areas you work is accurate. Remember, whatever bio you elect to publish here, this is for internal facing. So you can talk kind of internal language. Now, this is the online digital universe, right? So me personally, I do not trust that, whatever you put, even though it is intended for internal use, just always keep in mind anybody could grab a snapshot of their screen and whatever you wrote. So make sure that whatever you do write, that if the whole world knew about it, because that could actually happen, right? That you're okay with that. But you should write this bio and basically addressing it to other KW agents. You can elect to share the URLs for social media platforms that you choose to do that for. You can opt in or opt out to our referral network. We're not using that a lot right now, but it is a pretty cool system. And I look forward to them building it out just a little bit more, and all of us KW agents referring to each other internally through command, okay? So you can make referrals through command, and it basically links you here to connect. Show on your profile page. Closed units, listings sold, side sold, leases, and your number of years with KW. My closed units hasn't been right since they launched this. It's not too far off, but it hasn't been right. I don't know if it's working for other people. So just if yours is wrong, go ahead and report that to tech support. But mine basically has not captured 12 months worth of closed units accurately since this launched. To me, that's not that big a deal, provided the algorithm in the background when it comes to presenting names for other agents to make referrals to. Hopefully, my actual closed units is being factored in properly for that. But again, don't leave that to chance. Go ahead and report it to tech support. And then you hit Save Changes. And then you can see that all that information populates here. There's the icons, right, for social media platform. There's your service areas. And honestly, pro tip, I think my bio's a little long. I would shorten it to what are the key pieces of information you want people to know about you inside Keller Williams, and I would more or less leave it at that in the future. So I have a little work to do there. But I hope that helped you out. Those are the two profiles in command that you're going to want to fill out. Again, one of them is external facing, it's consumer facing, and that's the connect settings / marketing profile. But your actual connect profile can be found under your name and profile, and it's there. And just as another helpful tip, if you have not gone to Connect recently, kwconnect.com, if you haven't gone there recently, I highly encourage you to do that. They're basically transitioning out of mykw.kw.com and into Connect, and there's a lot going on there, and they're working on even more right now, including a smarter search feature. There's just tons of content there to learn and grow from, as well as resources like your Market Center's calendar. You can sign up for training and then add that to a tab for My Training. Keep track of it there. Use that to add to your Google Calendar. Again, that's probably a whole nother video, but I wanted you to be aware of it, and in case you lived in curiosity and wanted to check it out. Hey, again, this is Hutch Marone, your command coach, and I look forward to being able to help you out in the future. If you ever need anything, please see the link below or in the description of this video. Look for a link to basically a landing page for you to message me, and I'll be in touch with you soon.